Hey everybody, I'm Patrick and this is Rocky Mountain Style. If this is your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Today we continue the flannel series with something that's maybe not technically a flannel, and that of course is the Flint Tinder Crossback Workshirt. So the reason why I say it's not technically a flannel, so the loose weave cotton is a bit heavier, a bit thicker, not as soft. This is very similar to the outer known blanket shirt that I did recently, but it's plaid. It works the same way as a flannel. So in my mind, this is a flannel and we're going to go with it. So Flint and Tinder, of course, is one of Huckberry's in-house brands. So this is the Crossback Workshirt. I actually have quite a bit of experience with this shirt. So last year, I bought this one, which is in a color called green plaid. This one is navy rust buffalo check. So this one I paid full price for last year, worn it quite a bit. This one was sent to me this year to do a little bit of review for the flannel series. So this one I liked so much, I actually had the sleeves tailored so that they were the perfect length. And you'll be able to see that a little bit later in one of the fit videos. But this is a really nice shirt. So the crossback element on the back that you can see right here. So instead of just being sort of a normal across the top yoke, it's a cross. And that basically is to give you more range of motion and less restriction on your shoulders when you're moving your shoulders around, hence the term work shirt. So this is a shirt that's meant to be worked in. It's meant to be beaten up, worn in a tough sort of a manner. And that's a good thing that they've made it the way they did, because it's got triple stitching in lots of spots. It's very heavy, very substantial. Like I said, I've worn the green one behind me quite a bit, so I know that it definitely holds up. As far as heaviness goes, it's quite heavy. We'll talk about that, and I'll show a little chart as well when we get into the spec review. So this intro is getting long enough, so if you want to see more about this, stick around. Okay, the Flint and Tinder Crossback Work Shirt. So here's the one I'm wearing in the intro. This is, of course, the navy and rust buffalo check. In person, it's a little less orange looking and a little more brown looking. It actually does look quite a bit better in person than in the pictures, in my opinion. They have several interesting colors. So again, here's the green plaid that I have as well that has some blue and yellow in it. A really interesting flannel, I think. There's one that's just red and white. That one, not a big fan of that one. Not a big fan of that one. So this one I like quite a bit because I've actually been looking at this double RL Matlock work shirt since last year, and they just restocked it. And I'm trying to withstand the desire to buy this for $225 because I don't need it. And this looks virtually identical for almost $100 less. So maybe I'll try to get this to sate my desire for that bad boy. But anyways, so let's talk sizing real quick. So we'll go back here. So I have mine in a medium, both of them. If we go to the size guide, you'll see here, generally all I do is look at the chest measurement, because usually if the chest is right, the shoulder will be right. And given that I'm 5'8.5", the sleeves are generally always long on everything that I get. So turns out this one's not so bad. My chest is about 44 inches. So the medium is just barely big enough. I think a large would have been a little big. And again, I'd rather have something slightly fitted than too big. And you can see there's a big gap as these go up. There's big gaps in their sizing here. So, an extra large is significantly bigger than a medium. A large is significantly bigger than a small. Some companies fit their sizing more closely together, but Flint Tinder is not that way. So make sure to check the sizing carefully if you do want to pick one of these up. So of course, first thing to notice, and you might have seen in the intro as I zoomed in on the tag, this is made in India. Totally fine for me. Doesn't really bother me where something is made as long as the value is there. Some people might scoff at something this price that's made overseas. They might say you can get a Duluth for half the cost or less if you want an overseas flannel. That's true. But the Duluth flannel, even their new burly weight flannel, which I did a review on a few weeks ago, is not nearly as nice as this, and that's just objective fact. This is a significantly nicer shirt feels better, the weave's better, better stitching, all that good stuff. So let's talk about weight. 380 grams per square meter. Converted into ounces per square yard, that's 11.2, which squarely puts this as one of the thicker flannels that I own. And it does feel that way. It's very thick. When it's on you, it almost feels like armor in a way. But yeah, so let's real quick go through these. They call it a loose weave. I'm not exactly sure what that means. It feels plenty tight, but it is kind of, it's got kind of a slubby texture to it. Crossback construction, reinforce the yoke and adds comfort and mobility to the shoulders, like I mentioned. Dual patch pockets, triple needle reinforcement at the side seams, the yoke, and the armhole, and oversized buttons to match the thickness of the flannel. Those buttons are fisheye area buttons. Sizing, again, we talked about the sizing. So not really much else to talk about. So these also do go on sale quite often. So if you do like this, but that's a little steep for you, maybe bookmark this and check it, once or twice a week to pick something up if you want. And on to the fit videos. So here I am with the shirt on, of course. There's the crossback. So again, for reference, I am 5'8.5", about 191 pounds as of this video. And you can see the shirt's definitely not long. I guess it's probably bordering on short than long, but I think it's the right size for me. A little bit snug, which is how I prefer it. But you can see how just with my shape, I think it drapes really well. Also, sort of hides your hides your roundness maybe. So here's a picture of the sleeves. So you can see they're about maybe call it 1.5 inches too long to be perfect, but really with the way the cuff is, they're actually kind of okay. You don't really need to get them tailored if you don't want to. However, I did get them tailored on this shirt that I bought last year. I just wanted it to be perfect. So showing that off here, you can see with the sleeves tailored, this is what it looks like. And I also wear the shirt open quite a bit with just a t-shirt underneath, especially when I'm indoors because I get a little hot. So I wanted to show off that look as well. I'm going to struggle with the buttons here, but there's really not a whole lot to complain about with this shirt. I mean, maybe you balk at the price being a little high. But other than that, it's a solid option and something I think you should try. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions down below. All right, thanks a lot for taking the time to watch the video. I really appreciate it as always. I reply to every comment. I don't always get to every sub comment, but yeah, so if you want to chat about these or if there's something I missed that you're curious about, please let me know. Flint Tinder is a really cool brand. If you haven't tried them out, they have a lot of different things. You're bound to find something you like. I've been a really huge fan ever since I started getting into the YouTubing stuff. I started buying their products, and then I got affiliated with Huckberry, and just a really big fan overall of all their stuff. So yeah, that's it. Have a great day. Bye.